Well, hello. I'm glad I have this opportunity to speak to you through this video today. Mark Carlisle here from Christ United Methodist Church in Jackson, Ohio. We began to reopen our church last Sunday with our 9 o'clock service in the Family Life Center. We ask that you call in because we are doing social distancing, and chairs will be set up specifically for you and your family so that we are all safe. There are masks available. There's hand sanitizer available. Water fountains have been turned off and no refreshments are offered, but please bring something to drink or eat for the kids if you bring them. You can call for reservations up until Saturday at noon. The church office number is 740-286-3419. During this time of isolation and things beginning to gear up again, we've gone through a myriad of emotions. Fear and hope, depression and joy, isolation and completeness. Today I decided to film this video from a tree-lined road to give us the symbol of the fact that we all need to be rescued sometime. We may need to be rescued physically because we're lost on a road in a big city. We may be lost spiritually and not be able to find our way back and need assistance. Well, as I was reading the Bible the other day, I came across the story of the Good Samaritan. The story can be found in Luke chapter 10, verse 33. And in that story, Jesus told a parable about a traveler who was traveling from one city to another and needed to be rescued. That's all of us at some point. We might think that we're alone in this world, but we're not. We're here as a community, and that community originally was to serve each other, help each other, be kind to each other, and guide each other in the difficulties of life. Occasionally we all need a helping hand, a person to listen to us or give us guidance. Well, in the Good Samaritan, we're told of the traveler who was beaten as he traveled along a road, robbed, and left for dead. Two men, a priest and a Levite, came across the man on the road. They could see him. They could see that he was injured, and they even thought he was dead. But they decided to cross the road and go around him. We don't know why, but we do know that both were religious men, and as such, would have been familiar with God's law to love their neighbor. So why didn't they stop to help? Maybe they thought it was too dangerous. I know we've gotten to that point in our society that it's too dangerous to help people along the road, but when they're our daughter or mother or father or child, we sure pray that people will help them and not take advantage of them. I don't have an answer for that one, because we've gone anywhere from one end of the spectrum to the other in regards to what God originally wanted us to do, how He wanted us to act, what He wanted us to believe. And very few things now are precious as they were at that time. Maybe they thought that they would break the Jewish law for the Sabbath, which that law said that they couldn't touch a dead body or they would be impure and not able to worship on the Sabbath. But the problem is they didn't even try. They just left him. And other than the fact that a Samaritan came by, he might have died. Now, a Samaritan, they were despised by the Jews. They hated him. Are you catching this picture? The person that was hated by the Jews stopped, checked on the traveler, bound up his wounds, and carried him off to the next town. When he got there, he told the innkeeper to meet his physical needs until he recovered. And he financially paid for that care. Things really get interesting when we think about God's perspective versus ours. Have you seen anyone in need of rescue lately? Have you heard of anyone who needs a helping hand? Have you offered prayer? Maybe it's not your ability to be fiscally responsible for them. Or maybe it is too dangerous for you to stop. But have you made a telephone call and reported it to somebody who could? Such as the local sheriff's department, police department, minister. Did you cross to the other side of the road? Or did you pretend that they weren't even there, that you'd never even seen them? When Jesus ended his parable, he told his followers to go and do likewise, just as the Samaritan, the enemy of the Jews, had done, even though he was despised by the Jewish population and treated like dirt. Help those in need, even if those that you are helping think of you as an outcast. Don't pretend you don't know what to do. God has given all of us the desire to be helpful from our birth. Yeah, we needed to be guided some by our parents. Otherwise, we became selfish and brat-like. But God gave us all that little light right here in our heart. That little light to be helpful, to care for others. Have you nurtured that since your childhood? Or have conditions made you calloused to help and assist? Let me ask it another way. If you were in need of being rescued, would you hope someone would be there for you? Would take the time out of their day to assist and financially help you with whatever you need? Something to consider as we move forward during these trying times. I don't know that there'll be any more videos from me since our church is beginning to reopen. The purpose of the videos by Janie, Larry, and I were to be motivations to tell you that our church body cares for you and loves you, to help you with encouraging words. And now that our church is reopening on a limited basis, I'm not sure that there's a need for these videos. But I'll discuss it with the rest of the group and see what they say. So, unless I meet you again via video, have a good day. May God bless, and may you always be fruitful.